On Sunday, September 22, 2019, India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi will visit Houston, Texas as part of a diplomatic meeting with city officials. The meeting will be capped off with the Howdy Modi event at NRG Stadium.
More than 50,000 people will reportedly be there to see Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi at an event called Howdy Modi.
The arrival of Modi has divided Houston's Indian, Sikh, and South Asian communities, as nearly 50,000 people plan to attend the Howdy Modi event, with thousands more protesting outside of the stadium. The protests come in response to allegations that Modi is responsible for genocide in India, as well as his connection to the controversial RSS group, which some critics consider a fascist organization.
Time in the history of independent India, a sitting Chief Minister, Narendra Modi, has been questioned on the role of his government in mass murders in connection with the post-Godhra riots in Gujarat.
Modi has also recently come under fire for the treatment of religious minorities in Kashmir. Pakistan's Prime Minister Imran Khan recently tweeted that, quote, "The curfew, crackdown, and impending genocide of Kashmiris is unfolding exactly according to the RSS ideology inspired by Nazi ideology," accusing Modi of attempting to change the demographics of Kashmir via ethnic cleansing. In response to these allegations and the impending visit of Modi, Houstonians spoke out at a recent Houston City Council meeting.
Mayor, your life is inspirational. You're a role model. You're a hero for us. And Mayor, I know that among your heroes are Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, and Gandhi. They must be turning in their graves with what fascism is going on in Kashmir and in India for the minorities. If Dr. King was alive today, I guarantee you that he would join the peaceful protest outside rather than shaking hands with a fascist who is perpetrating all this.
And if the Prime Minister of Pakistan or any other major country come to our city, we are the host city, and we will treat them as a host city. It does not mean that we endorse their politics or anything that's happening there. But this is a very diverse city, and we represent everyone that exists within our city. And we are a global city, and we will host people in our city as the city of Houston. But it should not be interpreted as endorsing anybody's politics or sanctioning any actions that may be taking place in their respective country. But I am the mayor of this city. And as long as I'm the mayor of this city, I will represent my city. Thank you.
President Donald Trump has also announced he will attend the Houston event, sparking even more backlash. Counter-protesters are planning on being outside of the NRG Stadium on the morning of Sunday the 22nd. I will be on the ground in support of the protests, as well as documenting the events. Stay tuned for more details. For now, here are the words of Houstonians who oppose Modi's visit.
A prime minister who has allowed a curfew, a lockdown since August 5, and that's 45 days. 8 million people trapped in a state. No communication, no internet, TV channels closed, 500 protests, 2,300 people injured, 36 pellet gun victims. And you can check all of these numbers if you so wish. This is a prime minister who practices Hindutva philosophy. And those of you who are not familiar with it, it's about ethnic cleansing, which is no different than the final solution presented by Adolf Hitler. I know my words are harsh, but I've been living in this city for 40 years, enjoyed it, loved it, made it my home, and I today am very angry that a prime minister, just because he's a prime minister, known criminal, killer of Muslims in Gujarat, is being welcomed, given a royal treatment here in our wonderful city. Notwithstanding the virtual information blackout, some reports have emerged highlighting the abduction of young boys from their homes by Indian security forces. Political leaders and activists have been arbitrarily arrested and detained. Mr. Mayor, and the Council, instead of welcoming this Prime Minister, India should be pressed.
Narendra Modi will be visiting here on September 22nd. and we, the people of Punjab and Kashmiris, will be rallying peacefully. The Christians are persecuted in India, their churches are burnt, and when they pray in their houses are attacked, and they're injured, and nuns are raped, and the police does not make the first information report. Our rally is not against President Donald Trump. We basically want India to honor the right of people of Punjab and the right of people of Kashmir
one second.
self-determination.
1 second.
The whole state of Kashmir, 9 million people are under house arrest. Imagine, 9 million people over 45 days does not have enough food supplies, does not have medicine, does not have ambulances to take people to the hospitals.
The Prime Minister of India, Modi, is a documented terrorist. US Department of State revoked Modi's visa in 2005 because of his participation in Gujarat incident. And in 2002, he directed and supervised the burning of 2,000 men's, women's, and children's in Gujarat when he was the Chief Minister of Gujarat. If he is not the Prime Minister, he would be arrested on the arrival in USA.
I don't want us to be rude because, as we have often said, in Houston, we are inclusive.
Yeah.
We are welcoming. And I want to make sure that we stay welcoming. So I'm trying to figure out, if you're saying we've got a criminal coming here, that I don't know. I thought he was the Prime Minister of India.
He is, but if you check the record, when he got elected, the day he got elected, the U.S. State Department had him on a no-visa list. But because he is heading a government, after 5 or 6 months, that was removed. And it was not just the U.S., France.
This city is not about building businesses on top of skeletons. So if anybody is trying to bring business by killing over 95,000 Kashmiris in last 20 some odd years, then that business is not worth it. The atrocities committed in Kashmir are nothing different than what happened in Nazi Germany. We must not be quiet when atrocities is going on. Martin Luther King said one time, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. So we need to be put here on this esteemed chamber, justice and freedom, and that should mean something to us.